Let's go! Okay, I need to mute my volume because I still hear the drums. Okay, close this. Boom! We're live. Episode 11. Welcome back. I'm hyped because I am in war mode. Actually, I need to check. Is my microphone working? Yes, should be working. Good. All right. The next month is war mode. If you've been following me, you might have seen that I have more interviews than usual this week, and that will only increase the following weeks. So the plan is every day, minimum 3 interviews uploaded. I might even record more. Yesterday, I recorded 6, only uploaded 3. I want to consistently do 3. Sometimes I get 4 out. And yeah, by the end of the month, I want minimum 90 interviews by the end of next month. Maybe 100. We'll see. The aim is at least 3 a day, but maybe I'll get to 100. So yeah, war mode. Right now, I'm waking up, going gym, doing interviews and some other work, and then going sleep. And that'll be me for the following 30 days. And yeah, you can look forward to seeing 21 interviews next week. That's going to be insane to cover. I don't know how I'll remember all of it. I'll definitely need to do a lot of prep. Okay, hello everyone. As always, I didn't announce this and I posted this up an hour and a half ago. So if there's not many people here, it's expected. But yeah, let me know whoever's here. Let me know how you're doing. I'll just go straight into it because there is a lot to cover here this week, that is. All right, we do a screen switch to boom. Mr. Producering. Then we're going to do some scrolling. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? I think 11. Okay. From 258 to 268. Oh, well, yeah, I think you have to count the first one. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure it's 11. Starting with Alex. All right, Alex. He joined the Client Acquisition Campus at 16 years old. He, let me think. Pre-joining, he said he was on social media. Life was pretty shit. Just living an average 16-year-old life. Consuming content, going to high school, not doing much else. Then he joined the real world. Started physical training, going boxing. Started improving his physique, his mindset. Then he outreached to 150 people on Twitter. Originally, he was outreaching, I think, on Instagram. Didn't have much success there. So he done 150 to Twitter, landed his first client, and closed him for 1K. He's earned 1K from that client. Doing email copywriting, which he learned from client acquisition. He also built his social media presence. I can't remember what else it was. There were 3 things, but yeah, those. He's a cool guy, a certified cool guy. It was a nice interview. I enjoyed it. Don't remember much else to say about Mr. Alex. So going on to Troy. He is 46, has a family, married with 2 sons. One of his sons is in the real world. The other one will join later. He spoke about how dissatisfied he is with the educational system, current educational system, which is quite surprising to hear from someone who's 46. Usually they're more old school minded, but he saw the benefit of the real world and he had joined it himself. He came into the crypto campus, and during the interview, he basically gives an in-depth dive of the crypto campus and what's taught there by Professor Adam. Specifically investing part of the crypto campus, because for people who don't know, crypto campus is split up into 3 parts. I like to do my 3 like this. 1 is investing, then trading, and DeFi. All separate campuses at this point. So Troy went through the investing. Okay. And he talks about the levels within the campus, because you don't get access to everything as soon as you join. You have to prove yourself. You need to put in the work. And as you unlock new quizzes, criteria, as you complete criteria, you get access to deeper and deeper levels within it with better insights. And other people who are on the same level, you'll be interacting with them. basically, yeah, just as I said, an in-depth dive on the crypto campus. It was interesting. And he said he was a degen gambling investor prior to joining the real world, and that completely changed after having gone through the investing campus. So yeah, I think that's a fairly good summary of Troy. Moving on to Zuhair, who is 13 years old. And this was a short interview because 13-year-old, not as much life experience, so I'm not expecting him to be speaking for 1 hour. He done well for his age. What he did is he joined the real world and applied lessons from the client acquisition campus to outreach to Discord server owners to make bots for them to moderate their Discord servers. Now, that is a first. I haven't heard about that before. And he's actually been programming from the age of 7. That's how insane he is. So he has programming experience and able to make custom bots to moderate people's servers. He landed some clients from that and is now earning money from it. About 500 to 600 per month, which some people might say, hey, that's not that much money. But he's 13 years old. What were you doing at 13? Okay, that's enough for Zuhair. It was a short interview. Then we go into Alex. Now, Alex, pretty G. Last time we spoke to him, he was captain in the previously called Freelancing Campus, now called Client Acquisition Campus. There's still some lessons from him in that, I believe. I believe it was Client Acquisition. If not, it was Business Mastery, but I'm pretty sure Client Acquisition. Okay. He owns an animation studio. He previously worked with esports teams. Now he's gone more corporate and he's branched out from that field because there's not much investment going into it at the moment. He's gone into other sector and he's doing very well. The previous predictions he made during our last interview, he has now surpassed them, even doing better than expected. That's always great to hear. And right after our interview, he went into a call to close a client for 500,000 just off of 1 gig. That was pretty cool. Basically, as soon as we finished the interview, I was like, yep, I'm just going to go get some water and then I'll go call them. Go on the call with them like 5 minutes prior. So yeah. Then he talks a lot about his business, how he scaled it, some issues he's been having, then about enjoying the journey rather than the destination, because he says he's planning on scaling it, going corporate, and at some point just selling it and starting all over again from a garage with friends and going through that journey, because to him that was the most fulfilling part of it. And nowadays getting more corporate, it's more boring, and you free speech stuff, can't say as much, have to be politically correct, and yeah, there's a lot of politics that starts going into it, which he just can't be bothered to deal with. He's more of a, maybe free spirit would be the right way to put it. And he just prefers to, again, enjoy the journey, enjoy the challenges, instead of sticking to a rigid structure. I believe that sums up Alex. And then we go on to Mustafa. And Mustafa is from Pakistan, 18 years old, and he's earned $5,000. Which in Pakistan is quite substantial. 1,440 of it was from copywriting. He done some long form copywriting for a client, and the remaining was from flipping and social media management. I believe it was a fairly short interview. 22 minutes. Okay, let me think. What else happened to Mustafa? He talks about how the copywriting, business mastery, and client acquisition campuses helped him make money, the lessons he learned from them, and I don't remember what else. So I will move on to Taib. Actually, before I move on, I've been moving quite fast. Still a bit to cover. I think we're about halfway through. Let me check if there's any comments. Boom. Hello to all the 33 people watching. We have Ayman Mossi. Hello to you, my friend. All right. Since there's no other comments, we continue with Taib. 11 minutes. That was a speed run. Taib is 25, lives in UK. He explains how he found the right product to sell. He owns an e-commerce store, and it's fairly seasonal, his product, because he was seeing a shortage in supply of football jerseys during football season. So he decided to get in contact with suppliers and use e-commerce to sell football jerseys. That's the basic rundown of it. And he made £2,000 in September, just in September. So there you go, a good side hustle while he does his other work. Short interview. So again, gonna move on to Ali, who is 15 years old. Ali, when we done our previous interview, had earned, I think it was $1,000 or so. And just 3 months later, he has earned $6,800. And that was through video editing and graphic design. He speaks about how he implemented AI into his video editing, which makes it more unique, makes it stand out, makes it more captivating, engaging. And clients were very happy with that. He also explains his editing process. Since I was quite interested, actually dabbling is the right way to say it. I'm dabbling some more into video editing. It's something I used to do a year ago, and I've stopped for a while now. So I wanted to see what his process is. Has anything changed there that maybe I could implement? He goes through that, and he says he's planning by the end of the year to scale his company, make a company and scale it to 10 employees and outsource work to them, focus on managing that company. And yeah, all of what I said, again, he's a 15-year-old and he's already achieving this much, having these aspirations. That's what the real world does. That's why it's such a beautiful platform. Mark. I'm going to get some water before we go on to Mark. I respect Mark. He's a solid guy. And I say I respect him because he was nervous to do public speaking in front of a camera, but he didn't want to stay in that comfort zone. He wanted to improve as an individual, and this was part of it. So he was nervous at first to do it, but again, I have a lot of respect for him because I remember the first time I did this interview, as in the first interview I done, and how nervous I was for it because of all the things that could go wrong. Maybe I always need to have a question lined up, make sure. There's just so many variables when you begin because you don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, a lot of respect for Mark for being nervous, but still going through with it. And he also gives an in-depth breakdown of the crypto campus. That's the main campus he was in. He earned $25,000 since joining it. And it talks about the changes he's seen in himself over the past year, and that he's a completely different person from 1 year ago. And parts of it is the community within the real world, that there was such a positive impact on him, especially as he goes deeper into the crypto campus, unlocks the new lessons, get access to the more insightful chats with other people, again, on his level in crypto. And just how it's a family, it becomes a family at one point. Just how close you get to those people within that community. And yeah, that would sum up most of it. He just went more in depth into the things I said. So I don't want to ramble on too much. I'm going to go to Earl. Earl is one of my favorite interviews so far. 46 minutes. That was a fun 46 minutes. A bit of a, maybe 5 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes, a bit slower start, but then we just started a load of BS. It was a fun interview. Insightful as well and fun. So Earl, last interview we done, he was making $45,000. He had made $45,000 from copywriting. He had worked with Justin Waller, some other people. And now he has made $65,000. But the catch is, he's living in Kenya. $65,000 in Kenya is no joke. He talks about how he moved in with his friends. So there's 4 of them now, living together, masculine competition, motivating each other, and how he's growing as a person as well, physically, mentally, in every way, becoming a better person. And he's doing e-commerce on the side, Mainly before he was doing copywriting, but now he sees in order to truly scale, he wants to start doing e-commerce. He's testing out different products, churning through, and he believes he is on the cusp, on the precipice of a breakthrough. So I look forward to that. I think by next time we do an interview, he'll have found the winning product, and it'll make for a very good interview to follow up on. But yeah, definitely recommend O. I don't want to give too much away or say too much because it's just an interview I recommend watching for yourself. Okay, then we have Alex. Alex is always good. This is the third interview. Dude's 15 years old and 85,000 with copywriting. What does a 15-year-old do with 85,000? He says himself, I can't buy a car. I can't remember what else he said he can't. But there's a lot of things he can't do because he's 15 years old and it's illegal for him to do so. So he reinvests that money into networking. He's joined some networking groups. He's flown out to different places. In November, he said he's going to fly to Dubai. Yeah, he's going to fly to Dubai in November to network with more people. And he's dropped out of high school as of this month, start of this month, because what is high school going to offer to someone who's earned 85,000 by themselves as a copywriter at 15 years old? So he's just going to fully focus on that. He talks about how he graduated the real world in a way because Andrew Bass contacted him. They had a call, and Andrew Bass is the professor of the copywriting campus. And he told Alex that at this point, he had outgrown the captain role since the level of clients he's dealing with is above what the average student will deal with in the real world. Since it's more beginner, intermediate level, and the circumstances he was going through as a captain just didn't really apply to the students. So in a way, he graduated the real world. He's no longer a captain now, but still on very good terms with everyone. And I asked him, who has had the biggest impact on your life? And he actually said, Andrew Bass. And he quotes, without him, I wouldn't be sitting here with you on this interview. So he's built up a relationship, a 7-month relationship directly with Andrew Bass, and very beautiful to see just how much he's progressed from all the guidance that he's been given and the work he's putting himself. He even breaks down the process from when he began to how he got now. I asked him to give some details about every level along the way. So very interesting there as well. And for the final one, we have Filip, a Polish 15-year-old who's made $1,200. And his story is... Actually, before going on to his story, I want to say he was super nervous when we began the interview. I think at one point you could see hands were shaking at the very start. But within a minute, it was really cool to see. I think I asked him about his fishes because he has a tank of fishes in the background, and he just forgot about the nervousness, started talking about the fishes, and then he just started flowing, and there was no more nervousness anymore. And when I say flowing, I mean it was 32-minute interview. I need to get the tab. Yeah, 32 minutes interview. So it was super cool. You could see he's been practicing his speaking skills. I need to close Telegram, getting notifications. Okay, he's improved his speaking skills. He's improving, reflecting on it, because for a 15-year-old, he talks very well. And now for his story, before joining the real world, he was out of shape, playing League of Legends all day, video game, and he was just pissed off all the time. Then when he joined the real world, he went into copywriting, but he didn't put in that much work into it. And he got tired of it. I say tired. He got frustrated that he wasn't seeing success, and because of that, he left the real world. But that caused him a lot of regret throughout the following, I can't remember if it was month or how long. So in that time period, a lot of regret, especially because he had gotten to a point where there was a captain within the copywriting campus who he had grown close to, and he felt like by quitting, he was letting that person down all the time they invested into him. So at one point, he decided to rejoin and properly commit himself to the real world. And that's when he landed his $1,200 client. Although it wasn't one client, I think it was in total he earned $1,200. I'll actually read what he sent me when applying for the interview. I got 2 wins, $930, which I made from a monthly retainer, and Facebook ads for a supplement company. And in brackets, I'm currently working with them on a monthly retainer of $500 plus 20% of the revenue they make out of the specific methods I developed for them, e.g. Facebook ads. Close bracket. And $200, which I made by improving another client's email sequence. Right now, I'm building a brand new funnel with him. I'll get whole 20% of what his funnel makes. So yeah, that's his current clients. And it just shows the real world gives you that direction. And the only thing holding you back is yourself if you don't put in the work. And yeah, I think that's the breakdown for Philippe. He's got a very solid future ahead, and I look forward how he develops. It was a fun conversation. Now, any questions? Send through. Otherwise, I am going to adios, amigos and señoritas. I'm becoming Spanish by the moment. All right. Hello, Talk One Son. And we have a question from Ayman Morsi. Talk more about what do you... See, I can't see your message fully because it gives me a reaction pop up. So I can't see the word. Talk more about what do you... Something living. I know it's about content creation. I'm guessing what you do for a living. I interview people and I do some other things, which I cannot reveal. I'm going to keep them confidential. So yeah, if no more questions, peace out. Nothing on YouTube, nothing on Rumble, which means it is time to wrap it up. All right, everyone, thank you for joining. Have a good week, and I will see you with probably 21 interviews next week. And that's the goal. I'm not looking forward to covering that though. All right, same time as always, 8 p.m. Spain time.